So we're gonna basically create a Talion deck. What my idea behind it is to run Rhystic Study, Remora, the One Ring, every card advantage engine possible, in addition to your commander, that offers you value. Your win con could be Thassa's Oracle Demonic Consultation, but that's a dangerous win con. That's a dangerous win con because you have to draw. So
Yeah.
they could, I think, Tainted Pact and maybe not Demonic Consultation at all.
Also,
Mystic. Remora. So basically, it's a get a value engine. So and then One Ring.
there's a million.
I think that because of the way Talion is, I think it's an automatic slot in for Bloodchief Ascension.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Bloodchief Ascension.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's a one card combo with your commander that literally, if unanswered, literally kills people.
Yeah, makes sense.
And you can't.
Ascension,
Yeah, for one black, it's ridiculous. We're gonna always assume Jeweled Lotus.
All the fast mana.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put
mana crit.
Do you
mana
think?
vault.
Do you think we're on Diamond though?
Mox Diamond?
Yeah, I don't see
I don't see why not.
A lot of people. Well, it depends on our land count. I think that's what will come down to at the end. Grim Monolith. Are we on Grim or no?
I don't think Grim makes that kind in this deck.
Okay, so Mana Vault, Soul Ring.
I feel like Grim Monolith is one of those cards that's just strictly for like a Nas deck that's just trying to go fast.
Yeah, I mean the only reason to run something like that or a Basalt was if you were going to run like Power Artifact. Chromox. So Talisman. The Talisman we can run, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
Talisman of Dominance?
Yeah, I think it's Dominance. And I spelled really poorly. There you go. Love it. Are we on the Signet?
Arcane?
Well, Arcane definite. I meant more like Dimir.
No, Dimir Signet's terrible.
Okay. So are we on? We're on Dark Ritual, obviously.
Yeah, Dark Witch. I think Cabal Writ too.
Cabal Writ too. Well, I'm thinking. So if we're on all the value engines, do we just slap in Beseech the Mirror and then just put Necropones?
Well, you know I love Beseech the Mirror, so yeah.
I know you do.
And Necropones, I feel like, isn't bad in this deck because you're drawing cards anyway, and you don't have to Necro to win. You can just Necro 3 here and there, and you have a really good commander for blocking cards.
Do we? So my next question, I guess, because these are all value engines. Besides like Thassa's Oracle, how else do we win? I was thinking Shieldred, honestly.
Shieldred's not bad. Labman doesn't sound bad in this deck either.
You think like a couple Reanimation and then Labman?
Yeah, I think Labman makes the cut in this deck because you're drawing so many cards.
So like Laboratory Maniac, are we putting Reanimate in the deck?
Yeah, I think Reanimate goes in there. What's that other one that's 1 black mana, 3 or less Reanimate?
Unearth.
I think Unearth could make the cut.
If you're on that, we're going to be bouncing around a lot. If you're on that, then you need Orcish Bowmaster.
I think Orcish Bowmaster and what's it called? The 3 mana anti-tutor. Opposition Agent.
Oppo Agent.
Heavy black deck almost. Now.
Okay, I can see it. I mean, you're already on some ramp, so you can definitely get it out. So then the funny things, like, are we playing Sig River Cutthroat? That's the, if they lose 3 life in a turn, that you draw a card.
I know what it is. It's only 2 mana, right? So
yeah.
It doubles up on draws with the commander?
Yeah, like, so it's basically, I'll bring it up and you can look at it. So at the beginning of end step, if they lost 3 life or more, then I draw a card. It's interesting. I don't know if it's good enough, but it's also a blocker.
It's a blocker. It's 2 mana.
I'm
The thing I don't like about it is our
end
commander
step.
only does 2 damage.
Well, this is the thing. Yeah, that is 100% true. But like any decks that run creatures that are going to be twos, it's going to catch because it's always two. You're never picking
Yeah.
not to. I'm gonna put it in sideboard because that's a value piece.
I think Docky goes in there.
Dolphy definitely.
Um, Not to change subjects, but what is it? Minato School of Water's Edge. I think that land is really good with the One Ring because it untaps the One Ring.
Um. Okay. So this is where we get really freaky. Are we
'Cause
on like if you're focusing? So let's say we focus on the One Ring. Are we on mind over matter?
I don't like Mind Over Matter. I know you do, but I don't like it. I like the School of Water's Edge strictly because it's a land that taps for a blue, comes in untapped, and does something else.
Okay. I'm gonna
But, I
avoid.
mean,
I'm gonna avoid lands besides like the key ones that are kind of halfway spells because like we can go.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the deck is Born Upon a Wind. I think the deck is so. If you build this deck properly, you can Besiege for a Necro for 39, literally play Born Upon the Wind at end step and win.
yeah.
If that's the case, then are we on? Um, Give me a second, because I'm trying to do this stuff. Are we on like Brain Freeze? Are we on anything like that?
Run Phase is okay, but like
We don't have an
we're not
engine.
red, so-
We don't have an engine to utilize it. That's my only question. Are we on? So are we on? We're on all the best counter then.
Yeah.
So Force of Will.
Mind Break Trap, Force of Negation,
Yeah,
Fierce
well, we
Negation.
can run Mindberry Trap because we're not on Adnos.
Adnos, yeah.
Correct.
So we can run all the fun stuff.
Fluster.
We can run Deadly Relic too.
Do we like Deadly Relic though?
It's a free kill spell.
I know.
You not like Deadly Relic?
I don't know. I've always had this weird love and hate. I still think Slaughter Pact is better, but I'm nuts because like I don't know.
Through Exile? You think that's not good enough?
I like it. It's just 4 mana. So this is my problem with the deck. I don't want to build a deck like this. So if you took away our commander, if we just take the commander out, and we just played Dimir, it would run. Deadly Relic, just like Fierce, are very dependent. And I'm okay with that. Like I can see Fierce. I can
I can see
see.
Deadly Relic just because the point of our deck is play commander, use it to grind value. Our commander is not a commander that I feel like a lot of people are going to try and kill immediately. I mean, who's red blasting this commander versus holding the red blast up for Cost of Oracle?
Agreed. That is a viable thing.
Like Talion's only 4 mana, and I don't see a lot of people. It's like Mystic Study. Like the only time somebody's going to kill Mystic Study is if they're trying to combo out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are we on? Okay, so I'm gonna just jump right in because I think it's either creatures or enchantments is the easiest of the 2 columns to fill in. Are we on counterbalance? Because she kind of
I
lends her.
personally don't like counterbalance. I feel like if you run counterbalance, you
Yeah.
have to run Sensei Stop. I don't like counterbalance, but
I mean,
that's with me.
I know the thing is so like I feel like she offers this weird ability to change what's on top.
That's
like-
also true.
I'm like, okay,
I like-
so Brainstorm, we're on Brainstorm because we have this ability to like eat through our deck.
Yeah.
And we're probably not on like, so I'm a huge ponder person, but I think that like in this aspect we're already drawing with all these engines that we actually need more interaction, less like cantrip.
Yeah, so you think mana drain's good too?
Mana Drain works because it targets creatures.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I honestly, it may even be counterspell in this deck. Like I think because you open yourself up to like Arcane Denial is really good. Like
Delay.
Yeah, delay's good. I was trying to switch to like enchantments or stuff, but yeah. So like this is my thing about Arcane Denial. Arcane Denial, they draw a card, so if they were to draw a card, we can get value off of them having more cards in their hand to cast, but also we're guaranteed to have more value than most people. It's one of those weird like, okay, Offer You Can't Refuse is definitely a good card in this deck. I'm
Notion Thief?
So this is my thing. I love Notion Thief. It's a advantage engine.
It dies to Orcish Bowmaster. That's my only problem with it.
And that's the problem with it. But do we fear the Bowmaster? If we're running enough interaction.
Black deck now, but you still have tutors, right? And opposition agents in every black deck, so.
Yeah, hold up. We'll put the tutors in. We'll go demonic. Tutor.
Praetor's Grass. I think Praetor's Grass is an auto for like any black deck though.
Vampiric.
I think we're gonna have about 9 features in total, so we're on the Diabolic Content.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to get all the tutors. Are we on like... Trying to think. Mystic Tutor? No.
I like Mystical Tutor because it can get a few different things. It can get interaction and instant speed.
So then,
power trigger on the stack.
Okay, so if we're on Mystic Tutor, we're on the creature.
Spellseeker?
Spellseeker, thank you.
I think Spellseeker is also really good, and if we're Spellseekering, we could Spellseeker for a couple different things too. We can get Spellseeker for interaction. We could put in Diabolic Intent, and then we have 5 mana.
Born Upon the Wind.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
Wishclaw? Question mark?
Yes, of course. Always Wishclaw. So Wishclaw is a big brain play. You can basically force people to fear somebody else by giving it to that person. It also because we have the op agent. It literally just fucking says hi. Are we on Muddle the Mixture? Because we can then search for half of our freaking combo pieces. Born Upon the Winds.
I definitely think Muddle the Mixture is good. It's action or action, which we're already looking for in the deck.
Correct.
It's a tutor.
What am I missing counterspell wise? Force of Will, Force of Negation.
You're missing Lotus Petal too from Artifacts. And Pact of Negation? Do you have Pact of Negation?
Yeah, I can do Pact. Negation. And then, yes, you are right. Lotus Petal is definitely one. Trying to think.
Spell Pierce?
Do
you like Spell Pierce? I love Spell Pierce.
I love Spell Pierce. My thing is, and this is where my mind's gone over the years. So the meta's slowed down to where I think even Mana Leak is actually broken. Because unlike Spell Pierce, where it's inhibited by the fact that you can only counter non-creature spells, Mana Leak hits everything. So, like, Counterspell, I feel like it's slow, but it's just like Arcane Denial. They both can hit everything.
That's true.
So in CDH, Arcane Denial. In CDH, you're attempting to Ad Naus. Your best spell in your hand is effing Ad Naus. Whatever you draw afterwards doesn't matter, right?
It just helps you cast Ad Naus.
Correct. So the reality is, if I'm countering any spell, even if you get cards next turn, I stopped you this turn.
Yep.
And our deck has no problem with dealing with it. So, like, that's where I think, like, Arcane Denial, our deck can be greedy in the sense that we can play more spells that are more open than most decks can, because we can do a lot of different stuff.
Question. Yeah. Are you thinking this deck's like an early game win or like a mid to late game grind That's what
So
I'm kind of at with it. It's like,
it's a value deck. You're gonna mid to late game grind.
you've got Swan Song too. I'm pretty sure.
Swan Song. No, Swan Song's good. I like Swan Song. It gives us blockers at worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So like, and then we
Well,
did say Sheldred.
here's what I was asking: is I think we're gonna be at a healthy number of creatures in this deck. Stop around 9 or 10, which is a lot more than most studio decks right now. Um, what are your thoughts on the brute board? Do you like it?
Not in this deck.
You don't think so?
Well, my problem is we're not enough of Reanimator, and you're not hard casting it.
No, but see it has Convoke, and if we're running 9, 10 creatures, chances like Orcish Bowmaster accounts for 2 of its mana cost.
The problem is, again, I get what you're saying. I feel like it's one of those. It doesn't win us the game because are we on Saul and half? And even then, did that not win us the game because we're on Tainted Pack. That was a good one. Yeah.
Silent Path's a lot more versatile than just hitting a Blizzard. It can Silent Half Doffy. Now we can tap 2 things that Doffy's hit.
I'm not arguing that.
Silent Half Spellseeker. We have 2 shooters now.
Mm-hmm.
We cast Sausage Oracle. Somebody counted that demonic consultation. We can sell it in half a Sausage Oracle. Like, there's so many options for it.
Oh, I understand that, but my problem with so if we were on Broodlord, give me an argument to why you wouldn't just play Hullbreaker Horror and just go infinite with the mana and then find a way to draw with all these different draw aspects. You know?
Well, the reason I've been on Hullbreaker Horror so much lately, Hullbreaker Horror, I hate that card. The reason I've been holding Blizzard so much lately is because of you, actually. You got me on Displacer Kit, and if you have Displacer Kit now with holding Blizzard, you go get every piece of fast mana from your deck for free, and you can just pop off, because like, you can cast your Chromox, Rule Lotus, Lotus Petal, Mana Vault, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Soul Ring.
If you're on Peer to the Abyss. And that's where it comes in. Are we running... Because then, at that point, you'd have to run 1, 2, 3. You'd have to run 3 things. And then probably a little more reanimation just in case.
Well, so you run Peer to the Abyss, but you Sacrifice a good card by itself. Sacrifice is a good card. It's like, calling it looks good. Sacrifice isn't bad either.
I know, I don't... See, the problem is, so, looking at the... And this is where I kind of look at it, like, I feel like the deck that this is trying to be is, like, the mid to late range, like, control list that wins with, like, attrition.
Yeah, which isn't bad.
I just don't think that... I
Mid
think
to late game casting a nearly uncountable Hortland Bruiser, even if the Sawn half gets counted, you still have a 7/6 flyer for that late game grind. I don't know, I like it. We don't have to put it in the deck. I can put in almost all my Dimir decks. I don't run ad nauseam.
My issue is, so, like, I'll put it in the thinking. My thing about it is, like, if I was on Broodlord, why not on Villas?
Because Blizzard's easier to cast.
It's equivalent, because I know it's Convoke, but, like, they're both equivalent. They're both, by definition, just reanimation targets.
I mean, you're not wrong. But Blizzard's... Another thing is, we can make this deck, like, kind of reanimation-ish, because we're drawing so many cards in this deck, we're gonna be discarding cards. Why not discard the Blizzard and then reanimate it for the next turn? If it's a long stretch, but...
If that was the case, then we could have went, Necrotic Ooze with, like, all these different lines, either with...
Yeah.
And that was my thing, like, that could have been also a win con.
I'm just a big fan of Blizzard, personally.
I know you are. I feel like it's one of those, like, so, it was the same reason why, like, Protean Hulk lines were kind of bad, but now they're better because it's more compact. I think, yes, running Sacrifice and stuff are good cards. I'm not trying to sacrifice Talion and cast it again. And there's not many
No.
creatures here I actually want to sacrifice. I mean,
Um,
at worst case scenario, we run like Windfall because we run Shieldred and we run Bowmaster. Like
yeah.
we literally kill people with Time Twister and with Windfall.
I think both of those are good options also because of like what you said. Also Dispel. Do you like Dispel as a counter spell? I don't.
I don't.
I've been kind of lately.
I think it's been pulled. I think there's better options.
There is. I'm just throwing out extra options for interaction.
So this is my next thing. Like, if we're on this level and we're running all of this, is it time to think like, is it possible to run Chain of Smog? Like, do they not see that coming with a Liliana Planeswalker? Like,
I mean, that's still there. That's not bad.
I mean, it's weird, and you can still Chain of Smog somebody else just to get cards out of their hand.
Yeah.
But we're
what
also.
do you think about Lendl's Vault?
I like Lindell's Vault, and I think it's good.
I think it's good in this deck too.
Yeah, it's very good in this deck. Give me a second. Liliana, Professor, Onyx, Professor. We're getting to the point where we're honestly, we're getting pretty high in the count.
Already.
Lindell's Vault, yeah. And like we still have a bunch of things we could do. I think we need more. I honestly think we need ramp. I think that's something that I'm lacking. If you want to do the artifacts and see if I'm missing something, because I just feel like we're not running everything.
Yeah, there's so much ramp we could run.
Felwarstone? We could run Felwar. Do we run like Thought Vessel and Reliquary Tower? Like I don't like Reliquary Tower, but Thought Vessel would be good.
I was gonna say I think Thought Vessel's almost good enough. It's still 2 mana for colors, but like we're drawing so many cards. It's kind of.
I know it's one of those. It's
hit or miss. For me.
What's the? I'm not doing land yet, so I'm not going to pick any lands. I was thinking the 3 mana cost land that comes into play, but hold up. So like if it was Thought Vessel, I don't know. I just feel like it's a dead fucking card without. I'd rather just discard cards and then just have value.
Yeah. Same.
Are we missing any creatures that could offer? Well, okay. So Planeswalkers could be Ashiok to stop the tutors.
The Planeswalker Ashiok?
Yeah, hold up. Ashiok, Nightmare.
It's Nightmare Muse? I think it's Nightmare Muse.
It's not this one, yeah.
I think it's Muse.
I don't know. Ashiok Muse, you think?
It's Dreamrender.
No, it's Dreamrender. It's the one that stops them from tutoring and you mill them? And you exile graveyards?
I think it's Ashiok Dreamrender. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I think it is.
No, you're fine. Dream Renderer. So yeah, so this is my concept with this. We exile the graveyards.
Stranglehold?
Stranglehold, but also gets rid of graveyards.
Yeah,
it's strong.
Yeah, and Bleach is like such a strong thing, so it fucks Bleach decks and it fucks most of the meta, and it specifically says your opponents can't search their libraries.
Yeah, it's one-sided.
Yeah, which is super strong. And for 3 mana, you can literally Dark Red into it.
Yeah. Are we on... Since we're on the Planeswalker column, are we on Jace?
I mean, we're running Ladman already, but Jace is another way to win the game.
I think Jace is better than Ladman because it offers...
I think Ladman's better than Jace because it's harder to counter.
Because it's a creature? Okay. Yeah. I hear you. So I'll keep Jace out. I'll put Jace in the sideboard. Jace...
Creatures are so hard to counter in the current, like...
what the hell is Jace's name? Which Jace is it? It's not here. It's another one. Mind Sculptor?
No.
It's not Ingenious Mind. Perfect Mind?
No.
It's not Perfect Mind. No.
Wielder of Mysteries?
Wielder of Mysteries. That's what it is. Yep. It's got to be Wielder of Mysteries. Yeah, it's Wielder of Mysteries. Okay, I'm going to put that in the sideboard. Just because I don't think it's good enough. But
4 mana, 3 blue pitch.
And
if they were like hybrid, it'd probably be a lot easier because like black's so much easier to get mana in this deck.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And since, like, realistically speaking, we're actually not on that many tutors.
Yeah,
Like, we're gonna run like four, but like we're not really that on that many specifically because we're gonna draw a ton of cards.
yeah. Hopefully, that's
Or more Ristic Study. Yeah, yeah. No, we're gonna draw a bunch of cards because you literally have one, two, three, four, five. You have five
yeah.
draw engines that you're gonna basically mill. You're gonna basically mulligan for. Then you have
Yeah.
Beseech the Mirror to
Well,
get
one
you
of them you
one.
don't even have to mull for. Is one of them just your
Command
commander.
zone. Exactly. So basically, that offers every one of these rocks is actually another version of just getting your commander.
Yeah.
So again, I think this is really strong on the draw part of the game. Um.
Which is why I think we need to start thinking about some killing creatures because there's a lot
So
of
Toxic Deluge.
Orcish. Yeah, Orcish Bowmaster is hosing this deck.
Um. Okay. So that's Chain of Vapor. It's the best. You have to run Chain. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
There's
Chain
no
of Vapor
question
is
in my
really
mind.
good. I don't like Snap. I know a lot of people like Snap.
Not specifically in this deck.
Yeah, I don't like Snap.
Um.
I'd rather run Snap back in most of my decks.
So then do we run Faithless Looting? Or not Faithless
What?
Looting? Fatal Push.
I like Fatal Push.
It's a cheap.
Yeah, Fatal Push is not bad.
I mean, it's not the greatest, but it hits Thrasios. It hits.
It can hit 4 mana stuff too,
Yeah.
which
I
is
think
possible. Like you sack your Lotus Petal, now everything
I think it has a
4 mana or
place.
less is targetable.
I think it has a place. I think in this deck it
Yeah.
has a place because we're already running. So my next question is: we can't run. Do we run Snuff Out? Do we run Snuff Out?
Snuff Out's not bad. I don't mind Snuff Out.
I mean, we're not on Adnos, so it literally is a
No.
free removal.
And I think we need free removal in the deck.
So the funny part is, do you run? Do you think Massacre is even viable?
Massacre Worm or Girl?
No, neither. Massacre.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. I'll show it to you.
I
You're gonna be
never
blown
even seen
away by this
card.
fucking card. Where is it? Boom.
Sorcery already know I hate it. You may choose up plains and you control a swamp. So if we're playing a stacks deck, we get to Elish Norm them for a turn.
Correct. Is it enough? It kills Bowmaster.
It kills Bowmaster. Let's talk about what it hits, because Make 2 doesn't hit a lot of things I want to hit. If I'm playing this card for free, which is I'm sure why you want to put it in a deck.
Yeah, well, I'm just
White
throwing
cards I'm wanting to hit Winota, and most of the Winota creatures.
Okay. All right.
And
So
it's not hitting
ulcerate.
like any of that. Personally, I don't think it's good enough.
Okay. How about ulcerate? Ulcerate? Is it ulcer? Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Though?
No, I get it. No, I hear you. I'm just trying to think outside the box. Like,
Oh,
so
I get
we're
it.
on. So we're on like Toxic Deluge and Cyclonic Rift are our two board wipes.
I feel like every deck should almost have in there.
Okay. We run. We need. So my mindset is that we need more negative negative. Do we play Dismember? Like, I'm trying to find things that give negative negative.
Dismember's good. I like Dismember. Dismember's 1 mana effectively, right? Is that
Correct.
the one I'm thinking of?
And it's colorless. Yes,
Yeah,
that's where I'm at. It's 1 mana and it's colorless.
yeah, that's. And we're not using it life.
We're gonna gain.
besides
We're
for
gonna
Necropones.
gain a ton of life with Shieldred.
Yeah. Um, Two other cards I'm thinking of, and you can let me know if you think they're good or not. Mnemonic Patrol?
So this is my problem. I like Mnemonic Patrol a lot, but at the present moment, the only thing that works with Mnemonic Patrol is Windfall,
Yeah, and we're running Windfall.
and we're also running Ashiok, and we're also running.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
running enough that I think, like, It's good because we have a Blood Chief Ascension. That's the only way I can see it being good. It's if we get Blood Chief Ascension out, we go for it, and then we have Mnemonic Betrayal to exile other cards, and then puts them back into their graveyard from anywhere, and they take loot 2 life for each card. It's more like a value. Like it's like Yawgmoth's Will. Do we run Yawgmoth's Will? I think Yawgmoth's Will is just not good enough anymore.
I don't think Yawgmoth's Will is good enough for us, but Blood Chief Ascension and
Betrayal.
Mnemonic Betrayal is
It's pretty good. You like that?
Yeah. We turn 1 Blood Chief Ascension, Talion's out turn 2. By turn 4, there's some graveyard stuff in there we could use.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Mnemonic Betrayal's not bad, because everybody's playing really good cards. So.
Oh, you're talking to the wrong person, because I play it in all my fucking blue-black decks. Like, my Pirate deck runs it. It's so good. But it's one of those, does it make it? Like, we're already at 63 cards.
Yeah, another card I was thinking of was Finage. Do you like Finage or no?
Finage?
Phantasmal Image?
Oh, Phantasmal Image. The problem is, I don't see a lot that targets ours.
Yeah, there is not a lot that hits ours.
So, like, this is my... If that was the case, especially like Spellseeker, maybe, if that's the case, Imposter Mech might even be stronger, because it can't be killed.
Yeah, Imposter Mech's pretty good. I was also... Hear me out, and I'm just saying this because, I just built Gyruda, and I've been copying creatures left and right, and I put Talion in the deck. The other day, I had like 6 copies of Talion, and it was pretty gross. Do you have Sakashima to copy our Talion?
So
I hit 1 and 2?
I actually thought about that. Imposter.
Did you think about it?
No,
Imposter Mech's Dockside Fodder is my only problem with that, but continue.
Okay, I can see where you're at on that. The Dockside Fodder makes sense. Give me a second.
I still think it's good.
I'm gonna put it in the sideboard. Yeah, no, Sakashima. I gotta figure out how to spell Sakashima. It's been a while. Sakashima, 1,000 Faces.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was building my grab everything near my deck, kind of just throwing it together, Sakashima was one of the first cards I went for. Because I feel like if you go Sakashima in Italian and you also run Phyrexian Metamorph, it just is really good.
Yeah, you can also... If you don't want to run the Phyrexian Metamorph and the Sakashima, you could just run Spark Double instead of just running both of those. And Spark Double will make the Talion bigger, and it can also copy our Professor Onyx and Ashiok under.
I thought about it. I think Spark Double is probably pushing. So it's either Spark Double or Sakashima. I think if the reality comes down to it, I think Spark Double's better than Sakashima because they're on the same thing, right?
I think Spark Double's better than Sakashima in this deck because if we're only copying our creature, it's... Yeah. If we're only copying our creatures, like our commanders, Sakashima's going to be better. Especially if we're trying to copy it multiple times. Spark Double's better because it's hitting our Planeswalkers, and it's hitting our Talion and making our Talion bigger. So it's going to make our Talion a 4/5, and that blocks almost everything.
So I go with Spark Double. Spark Double just sounds stronger then. Okay.
And it's pretty easy to cast. 1 blue hit, that's pretty easy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Sakashima and Spark Double was a lot.
Yeah, no. I get it.
And so Phantasmal Image works if we're constantly thinking about Dockside from their perspective.
But Spark Double can also just copy Dockside now.
It can't. Spark Double targets only creatures you control.
Oh, you're right.
Phantasmal Image, it would be Gilded Drake. Would Gilded Drake be a card?
Gilded Drake's pretty good. I don't like... Gilded Drake's super reliant on them having stuff out.
And that's why I've been moving away from Gilded Drake too, just because of that. I mean, if that was the case, I would just take a spell that gain control of their creature.
Yeah.
And I just feel like at this point, there's just more interaction we can offer. Okay.
And realistically, we only got like 6 slots left, so we just really gotta.
I don't even know if we have that, because the reality is we still have a few sideboard cards. We probably are missing a little bit of interaction. We're probably missing a few of the tutors that we want.
Yeah.
So okay, so creature wise, I think we're pretty good on creatures. It might be like two really wonky creatures that might get still in there.
Did you already put in? Oh, you did put in Chain Smoke.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, Chain of Smog went in when I put in Professor Onyx, just because it's another line.
Yeah.
All of these things win off of Born Upon the Wind, and assuming we can get a ton of mana. That's where this kind of crumbles, though. If we can't get a ton of mana fast, then
I mean,
the Born Upon the Wind is going to be hard. But with the tutors, I mean, we could be running like Bubbling Muck, which doesn't work, but maybe like the one that sacks your lands to make mana. Rain of Filth, like we could be on that. We could be on high.
Filth is good.
I just don't know if it's enough. Like we could be on
Talion the Week's pretty good.
Calling the Weak. We can't run. Oh yeah. But the problem is we have 8 creatures.
Not counting Commander, but yeah, I feel it.
Well, I mean, we can always use it to sack the Commander when we're trying to go for the win.
Actually, we have 10 creatures. Let's be real. We have Talion, Orcus Bowmaster makes 2 creatures.
So
10.
And Calling the Weak is big brain play because we could use it to sack our Commander right before we go for Thassa's Oracle, so we don't get fucking blown out. So that could be a big brain play. So we're at 65. So these are our Planeswalkers. These are our creatures. Sorceries. So one...
Tutor I'm thinking of, I don't know, Intuition? Good, bad?
What's our Intuition pile?
Do we animate some Thassa's Oracle?
We only have one reanimate at the present moment.
Are we not running the 3-mana one? It's a 3-mana one?
The Necromancy?
No, it's 1 mana gets that 3 mana or less. What's it called?
Oh, Unearth.
Yeah, are we not running that? So we could Intuition for Unearth, Reanimate, and Thassa's Oracle.
We were.
Assuming we already have like King of Pack in him.
Okay.
We was already on it. Okay.
Yeah, I was already on it. I just didn't think about it. Okay, so Intuition.
I mean, I do it all the time in tests.
Yeah, I'm a hit or miss on Intuitions. Like the same reason why you play Intuition is the same reason we play Doomsday. It's one of those. The difference is Doomsday kills you if you fail. Intuition it can be used to like kind of as like a tutor to get a tutor to counter something, and then also just jankily put something in the graveyard and fuck people over.
Yeah. I don't like for jankily putting something in the graveyard with it as much.
Well, I mean, you could if our Intuition response to them trying to win was Intuition and throwing a Spellseeker in your graveyard, and you had a Reanimate or a Unearth in your hand. It just gives you another way to draw again. Like, you just get another interactive piece.
Yeah. If we're using it to jankily put stuff in our graveyard, Dreader Turn isn't good to 3 creatures. I was thinking Dreader Turn, but sack 3 creatures to return creatures.
Yeah, no.
Good.
No, we can't get that because we don't have enough creatures. Even if we count the extra 1, it's not enough.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We're missing tutors. Grim Tutor's too expensive, right?
Which one?
Grim Tutor. It's 3 mana for a card. Costs 3 life. It's a little expensive.
It's expensive-ish, but it's also...
I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's needed. I mean, again, so your opening hand is guaranteedly going to have either a way to get your commander out turn 1 or a engine to get card draw turn 1. I don't want to really keep a hand ever that doesn't have a turn 1. Mana Crypt might have been a good choice. Yeah, so Imp Seal, that's what I'm thinking. Mana Crypt. Imp Seal, yes. Yes, I am on Imp Seal. I was trying to figure out which ones we're missing.
We're not running Diabolic Intent, right?
I think we don't. I don't think we have enough creatures to be throwing our creatures around.
Yeah. Did you want Praetor's Grass? That's kind of a tutor.
Let me think about this. So we go Praetor's Grass. We're on 69 cards. That puts us down to 20. I think we could do Praetor's Grasp. Praetor's Grasp seems like it's okay.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
No, I like it because it's a big brain play because then we can start taking apart their deck for a win con. I mean, if we go search for an Underworld Breach, you literally can win with this deck with Underworld Breach. It ain't going to be pretty, but you can do it. Oh, we also have a Wish Call Talisman too. So don't forget we have a. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do the Limdal's Vault. 8. We'll do Tainted Pact. We're at 8 tutors. That's not bad.
Did you count the instance, the Muddle the Mixture as a tutor?
I did.
Okay.
So I'm actually 8's not bad.
Nah, because as much as we're drawing, Ramp, are we on Mox Amber? Do you like Mox Amber in the deck?
So I don't think Mox Amber works enough for us. I feel like Mox Amber's slow because like if we were going to try to do it turn 1, it won't help us get Talion out, and that's the only thing we need to do is literally resolve Talion. I think Mox Amber's too slow.
I'm just scrolling through some artifacts right now and just.
I mean, we could be on. Soul Ring. I'm just trying to think what we have. I mean, we could be on LED, but I don't see a purpose.
Yeah, I don't like LED scared in the deck because we're not really.
Yeah.
LED was almost worth it for like LED to cast Yawgmoth Will.
Yeah.
This is still not great.
Well, we can't cast Yawgmoth Will LED because we're discarding our hand. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you just
tutor response. Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Enchantments. And there's not
a whole lot of blue enchantments.
Yeah, like it would have been like Steel Enchantment, Counter Spell, Training Grounds, which is useless. Like there's nothing.
I've really been liking Steel Enchantment lately, but
yeah, but the thing is, so
I don't think it's good enough in our deck.
I think
it's also a value deck, and we could just steal somebody else's. That's so silly.
I mean, that is a viability. I think it's just I don't know.
2-mana creature Ledger Shredder in deck.
I thought about it. I thought Ledger Shredder might be good. The problem is it's another force draw.
That's why we're running Lapman, though.
No, I get it. I mean, it's just one of those. Well, we have Ledger Shredder on the field. You cast Labman, they respond by making you draw. I feel like it's a timing thing. It'd be weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Ledger Shredder a lot. What about the Fairy Mastermind? Is it just not good enough because of Bowmaster?
I don't. Do you like Fairy Mastermind?
So like this is the thing. Fairy Masterminds. If we were on like a faster, I think it's good because it draws cards.
Yeah.
It could work with Bowmaster, but we're not on an infinite mana loop. It does work with Sheldred though.
I'm just thinking of more engines for the deck.
So Ledger Shredder.
Isn't that a card you spec'd and made a bunch of money on?
Yeah, I made a ton of money on it. And I just found like 6 more copies.
Nice.
Yeah, but now it's down to like $4. But I sold all mine at like 22, so we're fine.
Didn't you buy them all like 15 cents or something?
I bought them all at 23 cents. Don't cheat me out on this one. I'm still waiting for the fucking Born Upon the Wind, dude. Like literally I have like 100 copies and everybody's playing it now. Like even Pontus is playing it. Like he just played a Brea deck using it. The whole deck is based around Brea and Necropotence. Like Jesus, you win with Necropotence and Brea. You may give it a mana somehow and just keep casting Brea because you got Born Upon the Wind.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I know. And I've been saying Brea is a really good commander with the Placer Kitten. So value engine meets I just win. But back to this. So I think realistically the only other thing you could possibly play is another Haymaker of a creature, but we're both on different fences with that because you like the Hordling, and that would be another tutor, and I like Hullbreaker Horror because I think that wins us the game with infinite mana and bouncing stuff. Even Tidespout Tyrant would be a win con for us because we just bounced our whole fucking deck.
How do we win with that? Like, what are we winning with?
Oh, so it's easy. Tidespout Tyrant gets put into play. We make infinite mana with any of these rocks that are zeros or make positive, and then you find a way to draw. So you have draw engine. So let's say you make infinite mana and then have the One Ring. You keep casting the One Ring repeatedly, and draw your whole deck, and then you play Spark Double, copying Tidespout Tyrant, bouncing all of their fucking permanents back to their hand. Or you do this. Like, as soon as you start bouncing stuff like Wishcall Talisman in response, you return it back to your hand with a search trigger on a stack, and then cast it again. Like, there's definitely enough ways to, like, utilize Tidespout Tyrant. But it's also a bounce creatures, bounce all of their threats. The problem is, it's literally a win more card. The same with the Broodlord. They're basically, if I'm up to this, then I can do this.
Broodlord finds your win con, though, and that's why I like it better.
Oh, yeah, but it also requires you to cast
Tyrant and the other one,
Hullbreaker Horror. Well, Hullbreaker Horror doesn't do the same thing Tidespout does, because Tidespout can bounce lands.
Yeah, and that's cool, but it's like, we have to have 2 rocks that net us mana.
Well, no, you have to have 2 spells. 2 spells.
Well, to make infinite mana, yeah, we have to have 2 things. So we have to have, like, a mana crypt and something else, like the Talisman or Arcane. So some way that will netting positive mana.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 cards just right there.
Yeah.
Then we have to have a payoff. That's 4 cards.
Yeah.
Broodlord, we cast it. It gets our Saw in half. It gets our Tear, our Sacrifice.
It still needs all of those cards in the deck. That's the problem. Like, it's the same thing. They both have the cards they need. Yours just specifically gets you to the win con, but the problem is our win con really isn't Thassa's Oracle and Tainted Peck.
It's not.
Yeah, so Broodlord is hard.
I don't know. I
still think Broodlord is trying something this deck's not trying to do. I think it's just It's the same reason why I'm throwing out ideas for the Tidespout, but I'm not playing Tidespout. I didn't even put it on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'd rather run Nezahal at that point just to have another draw engine. I think our biggest weakness though is we don't have a lot of bounce removal. We have a lot of creature removal in the sense that we don't have a lot of bounce.
Well, we got Chain of Vapor and
Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're going to counter anything that's major problematic. I get that. But, like, we can kill most...
have ways to... We're also running a lot of creature removal, so 2 house calls isn't terrible.
How about... Hold on, where is it? Sheoldred's... It's Sheoldred's something, isn't it? Edict? Is it Sheoldred's Edict? It's Sheoldred's Edict. Let me find it first. I think it's a sorcery. It's not. It's an instant. How about Sheoldred's Edict?
Each can sacrifice a non-token creature, sacrifice a creature, and sacrifice a plant.
I don't know. It's weird, but it's all opponents, so that makes it good. It's one-sided.
The problem with it is you're not. If they have 2 creatures and one of them's a creature you don't like, I don't know. One of them's a creature you don't care. They don't care goes in the grave. Then
yeah, okay, we're putting in Dramatic Reversal. That's something we definitely need.
You like Dramatic Reversal?
So if you attempt to go for the Born Upon the Wind, Dramatic Reversal basically doubles your mana.
Yeah.
I'm not putting
Ice Scepter in there. No?
I don't know. So this is the question.
Ice Scepter's good for me. I don't know.
If this is my thing, I like Icecrown Scepter. If you're one of the people that says, okay, I have Icecrown Scepter in my hand, I'm going to search for Dramatic Reversal, then that's not the way I want to play. I think Icecrown Scepter in any fucking counterspell is better than wasting a tutor for a Dramatic Reversal. I'm good on Ice.
I like it is if we have one hand out, we have like a mana crypt out, we already have Ice Scepter in our hand, we're going to go get Dramatic Reversal and we're going to win with the 1-9.
I am totally okay with that being our line. That is a good line to me. Okay, Ice Scepter's in. That
Yeah,
puts
'cause
us at
it
27.
does win with the one.
It does. That's basically the same equivalent as Mind Over Matter with just one card.
And
One extra card.
ISO Scepter by itself is good.
Yes.
Vessel by itself is good.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I agree with this. So then we are on 72 cards, which means we have 27 lands in addition. So it'll be 29.
Yeah.
But like 2 of our lands are going to be MDFCs. So
like the blue face lands?
yeah, the blue MDFC is, I gotta look it up now.
It's not gonna let you draw cards. I have it in my historical deck. See if I can find it on my historical deck before it.
That's fine. That's Seagate Restoration.
Yeah.
What?
And then the black one's
one.
the reanimate one?
Yes. It's Augustin.
It's not good.
It's an A. It's not great, but this is my thing. So
Agadeem's Awakening.
Agadeem's Awakening. Agadeem. Awakening. Let me read it real quick, and then we'll. Oh, it's putting them in the fucking. That's funny. It's putting them not in land column because they're.
Well, it's because their front face is not land.
Correct. Yeah. Return to graveyard.
Well, that's say including the DFC for XP lands.
Yeah. So return from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creatures that cost the current revenue X or less. Okay, so at worst case
mana we can return possible.
Yeah, at worst case scenario, and then at best case scenario, it's just another black land that comes into play.
Yeah.
And then the blue one's the same way. I mean, it's not great. I'd rather lose the life though, and have a land that also could do something late game.
Yeah.
I think it's not, and plus we're gonna draw a ton of cards. It could literally double up our hand. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. So Underground River. See. Oh come on, Underground Sea. Cool. We're on Watery Grave.
Yep.
We're on. We're on one of each swamp. So swamp. We're on one swamp. We're on a snow-covered swamp.
What's it called?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me just get the basics. Island. Snow Island. Morphic, you're right.
You're running the channel lands?
Definitely. So, Ottawara. Oh boy, I can't even spell that.
It's OTAWARA.
Yeah. It's OTA. Yeah, you're right. OTAW. I don't know if we're on the Takanuma. We could be on Takanuma.
I'm definitely on City of Brass, on Confluence.
City of Brass. Yeah. What did you say? Confluence? You want Confluence?
Yeah, like Confluence.
Okay.
Gemstone Caverns, I feel like it's an auto include.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's literally free mana early on.
Are we running River of Tears?
Which ones? River of Tears?
River of Tears.
I should look at this for a second. River of Tears. Blue. If you play a land this turn, no, we're not.
It's a black land.
It's a blue land that could possibly make black.
Well, so it's add blue if you play a land this turn. So you're adding blue only if you played a second, like if you play a land after that.
It's the other way around.
It's adding black
if you play it a second. Yeah, if you play no, it's the other way around. It's blue always, and if you play it a land this turn, it makes black. No, I'd rather not. That's
Oh, for-
I think there's other I'd rather play the one that is the pain land that always can make either black or blue.
um, yeah,
The
makes
underground
sense.
underground river. Yeah, underground river. I don't mind taking damage if I can consistently get the color I want.
Yeah.
Um,
Are we on Cephalid Coliseum?
yes, of course. So Cephalid Coliseum.
It's yeah, C.
Yeah, I got it. That also means we're on Cabal Pits then.
Cabal Pit.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but it can kill a creature. It gives -2, -2 to a creature.
Anyway,
It's actually really good.
Urza Saga? Question mark. Do we like Urza
Yeah,
Saga?
we do. So Urza Saga has a few placements that are actually really good for the deck. The Soul Ring, obviously any of the rocks, but
Yeah.
it also can guarantee we get the Jewel Lotus back. Um, it also hits. That's pretty much it. So it's going to get us Mana Rock.
Did you put command towers in there as well?
I didn't.
That's kind of an odd to include.
Yeah. Command Tower. Got it.
Are we putting Cavernous Souls in there or no?
Give me a second to think about all the creature types, and I don't think we have anything that overlaps.
Well, Commander's a
Cavern.
fairy.
What did we say? Urza Saga. Yeah. So the problem is, if we had another fairy in the deck, I could see it. Other than that, it would be human, because 1, 2, 2, 3. It'd be 3. It would be human. My problem is it doesn't make black or blue, and our deck's not running as many creatures as we want. I could probably find another blue-black land. Like at this point, you could even take like Exotic Orchard.
Yeah, makes sense. Are we letting artifact lands so you turn on our box symbol?
So I was thinking about that. I think if we're gonna run anything, we run just one of them. I don't.
will vet of whispers. So
Yeah, I was gonna say the black one's probably the one we want. Because black seems to be the dominant color in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't think running all of them is a good idea because there's a lot of artifact hate too.
Yeah.
I don't want to get stuck with fucking.
That's the new art of Elder Whispers. Have you seen it? It's super nice.
They have a new art for Volta Whispers. Oh, that one.
That's not it. That's not something sleeping. Let me see if I can find it. It's in one of my decks.
No, you're fine. I can.
I think you right click on it, you can change the alt.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just trying to figure out.
It's
Switch printing. Yeah,
the
there you go.
one for that artifact commander.
Oh, this one, the Warhammer deck.
Yeah. That was. I love that art
All right,
so
we'll
much.
switch to that. That's fine. Trying to think, what else do we have that's a kind of utility land we can use? I mean,
the dual face land, the Ulsads.
Yeah, they're viable. The pathway.
Yeah, the pathway.
Yeah, the
I
pathways
feel
are
like
viable.
why not?
Yeah, no, that's a good one because we're already on the flip. I'm trying to think of like, do we run Crystal Vein because it gives 2 colorless, or I think the colorless might be problematic if we run too much.
Yeah, I'm running Mana Vault.
Yeah.
Which is kind of.
Yeah.
We're
on 22 right now, so we're missing 7. So if we do 7, that's 29 lands. That's about right, maybe 28, just because we're really intuitive to draw. I mean, we could even probably just draw an initial card. I'm going to actually pause for a second. Alright. So, like, Forbidden Orchard.
I don't like Forbidden Orchard.
You don't?
I have like 6 other ideas over Forbidden Orchard.
Alright, fire.
One idea we could run fetches that would taste up the rest of the land slots if we want to do that.
We could run the fetches. Okay, that makes sense.
We have Spire Industry that's good in the deck because we're playing a lot of artifacts. It's good. Tarnished Citadel's a good land.
I would not. Spire.
Well, gaining life.
I get that. I feel like they're so. I was a big adamant selling Tarnished Citadels before they dropped, and they did drop.
Yeah.
So I think, realistically speaking, why am I not finding Spire of Industry?
Spire.
Yeah, there it is. So I think that there's just more options. So like again, we're on Polluted Delta, so I think we're actually gonna finish out here.
With fetches.
Yeah, I think you're actually right because it actually also cleans out the deck. We just have to make sure that the fetches we find are finding specifically only black. Bloodstained Mire.
Verdant Catacombs.
And Verdant Catacombs. So, Verdant Catacombs. Wow, that was totally not Verdant. Cat. Yeah, Verdant Catacombs. Okay, so that puts us at 97. That'll give us 26 NDFs, counting NDFCs. So we're thinking 2 more, and then we can put 1 more spell into the deck.
Do you like Prismatic Fist or no?
Particularly not. So my problem
we're
is
running 4 basics, right?
we are. If that was the case, then we would just run another. We would just run like Scolding Tarns to go get blue then, because that could also get 1 of 4 cards then.
Did you put all 5 in there to get the black?
I put Bloodstained Mire, I put Polluted Delta, and I put Verdant Catacombs. I could run Scalding Tarns and...
There's 5 that just get black, right?
Is there? Oh,
yeah,
Marsh Flats. Marsh Flats. And then
I'm pulling it up right now.
the last one is red... No. White, black,
so
blue,
we got
black.
Polluted Delta, Bloodstained Mire,
Blue, black, white, black, green, black. I have them all, don't I? 1.
There's 5 total, right? We got 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. What am I missing?
I'm looking. We got Polluted Delta, Bloodstained Mire,
Verdant Catacombs.
Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats.
And Marsh Flats. Yeah, that's it. That's 5.
That's 4.
Yeah, what am I missing then? Oh, it's only 4 because you can't get black.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
It's only 4, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like 5 colors, it's only 5 of them, makes sense.
So we're on 27 lands. I think 1 more land is all we need.
I think Tarnished Citadel makes the cut.
I know, but isn't Forbidden Orchard better because it doesn't deal damage and giving somebody a blocker might be viable because we're not attacking, killing them.
Here's the problem: the blockers are relevant because our commander has flying, but it's fodder for searchers for black decks. You give it to almost any colors and they'll be use it. It's an extra window to trigger. It's an extra mana for the land. I hate giving somebody a creature and then they cast Diabolic Intent the next turn. Or they cast Winota and then Winota has an extra trigger. It's just... There's so... I feel like there's better options than giving somebody a land, or than giving somebody a creature.
Okay, what about like an Urborg? No, because we're giving them swamps. I don't want to help out my opponent that much.
Is there a blue-black land that's like pay life? I know this one that's still damage, but is there one for like pay life?
No, I don't think so. We could do Mystic Sanctuary to put a card on top.
We're not running that many islands, so...
We're not. We could be running the... No, because that actually requires you to have one. Drowned Catacomb. It comes away untapped if you control a swamp or an island. It's kind of rough.
What are we running in total? Like 1, 2, 6 in total
like
that comes into play?
7
so
or 8.
if we have 6 of our lands, 7. Yeah, you're right, 7.
Yeah, it's not good
7.
enough.
What 7? That's something.
What about like Sunken Ruin, where like you can just it's a filter land at worst.
I like Sunken Ruin, but I know you're not a huge fan of it.
I'm not. I mean, Darkslick Shores literally comes into play untapped if we control 2 or fewer lands.
What about the land that comes into play untapped? Equal to the number of opponents.
Morphic pool.
What's that?
Morphic pool.
Oh, we already went in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
already went in
we're on
there.
Morphic pool.
Yeah.
Um,
Scotch, there's so many good lands.
yeah, there's so many lands, but it's just like some of them just are limited by when you draw them.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we could just run another fetch at that point.
Yeah.
Um, actually, is there any man lands that are not bad? I mean, we could run Takanuma. I mean,
It's something.
it is something, and it makes black naturally.
Yeah. And it
Um,
comes in untapped.
it comes in untapped.
We could also Shizo Storehouse makes black naturally too. Is that what it is? It's Shizo's, right?
Yeah, Chizos gives us fear.
I like River of Tears. I know you don't like it, but
I know the problem is it has a condition, and my problem is that's the condition. It's not even like so. You make the choice when you play the pathway, but like with that, you kind of have to think out beyond what you're doing.
it's a blue land at worst case scenario. It's
I know, but
both better.
it opens for a timing issue. So my problem is if you were sitting in a tournament and played that land and then attempted to cast play another land and didn't you can't respond to the land coming to play to tap it for the mana. So if you didn't tap it for blue before you played a second land, you can only get black out of it afterwards.
That sounds like a skill issue.
That is a skill issue, but I'm saying when you sit through a fucking 10-hour day for a CDH tournament, you don't want to have to think about that stupid stuff. When you could literally just play a land that doesn't have that issue.
I'm playing it in my Diluted deck simply because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, correct.
It is hybrid. It doesn't matter. Um, but I get what you're saying, but at the same time, we're just looking for throwing in lands.
Yeah, no, we're not. But we're not. But we could just throw in any land at that point. I'm trying to find a good land to put in. Like I mean, a fetch would be at worst the better.
Yeah, I mean, at most we just go get a fetch, like maybe
Actually,
like a.
hold up. What was the NDFC for the other one? It's Malakir Meyer. That's an NDFC. Malakir.
You're not. Yeah.
Malakir Meyer. Meyer. Yeah, this is it. So what is this? It's an instant.
It's a tap land, right?
Yeah. Target creature, you lose 2 life until end of turn. If that creature would die, it comes back into play under control tapped. Nah, it's tapped.
We're not.
It's tapped.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that's good enough.
Yeah, it being tapped makes me problematic. That's fine.
Someone just run fetches.
Yeah, we could just run a fetch. That's fine. Yeah, so I'll just put in a Scalding Tarn.
Yeah, Scalding Tarn gets us our Underground Sea or our Watery Grave, so.
Yeah, or any of our basic islands. So it gets 4 targets. It's not bad. We're guaranteed not to have to worry. Oh, we're missing a card still. Cool. So we need one more card, one more interactive spell, because now we have 28 MDS, 28 lands.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of lands. 4 of them are not actual lands, or 5 of them are not actual lands. They're just fetch lands. So we have 1 spot.
Sideboard? Or what do we got for sideboard?
Yeah, I was gonna go find the sideboard. So Hoarding Brood, which would require more. Jace, Mind Over Matter, the Cutthroat. Nah, so none of these.
I'm thinking either Imposter Mech or. So Imposter Mech, if we already have the Spectrum out, it can either hit the Spectrum copy and have another non-legendary Talion. It's not terrible.
It's a little required.
But also stock side.
Yeah, no, I get it. Just trying to think if there's any like stacks pieces in the mirror we're not thinking about. We don't have negate. We don't have trick binds. We're not on any of the Dimir House Guard, which can tutor for the One Ring. We're not on. Oh, we can run Phantasmal Wall that can search for Aristic Study. Um,
Um, Another card I saw doing land today, I'm just thinking of this here because it said interactive pieces.
yeah.
I watched the CDHD video today, Force of Despair. Do you like it?
Force of Despair. I actually like it. I like that card a lot. It's situational.
Just sort of push that into the battle for this one.
Yeah, they get removed or destroyed. Yeah.
It's not terrible. We're playing a lot of black cards, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Can you bring up the list of like what our decks leaning heavily on?
Oh, color wise, yeah, right here. It's actually more blue pips, but
Still,
total the symbols are 51.
I don't know. I don't know. Force of the Spirits. I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay, I'm thinking. What about like Tasha's Hideous Laughter?
Uh, I don't like it in this deck. I think it's good in like decks that can play it multiple times, like Hess or like another
Okay.
like
All right.
Underworld Breach deck. It's not terrible in.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's just one instance of it. I put it in Kess because like being able to cast it twice, it's just devastating to your opponents.
Okay.
But I don't think just one iteration of it is enough because like where the meta is right now is people ain't winning fast anymore and they're playing bigger and bigger spells. With not just Hideous Laughter, I feel like it's hitting less and less off of the cast.
Yeah, my only thing was like it in Kess you're thinking like, okay, it does this. I'm thinking it just does 20 disruptive is what it does.
It does,
and I think it's interesting. I agree. I mean, I don't know. I was just throwing like ideas, trying to figure it out. I think Force of Despair is good in like against any of the meta that right now exists with like Dranniths and all that stuff. The problem is it's not a spot removal. So like if they played a few stacks pieces and you only wanted to get rid of one of them, you'd have to take them all.
Yeah,
and that's where the problem lies. Like if there was a Winona player out and he had like 3 stacks pieces, we would just kill Winona and just deal with the 1/2s and the 2/2s. Like,
here's one of the reasons I like Force of Despair is I was watching a video the other day on I can't remember who it was, but they were playing against Majula, right? Majula, and she has Astrary and went to President to win.
Yeah, and you just get rid of
the Despair, killing all the tokens.
Yeah, I think it was like playing with power. I think I saw the game.
Devastating.
Yeah. Again, it's an interesting spot card. I mean, I'm not against it. I would try it. It's definitely viable. It would be our 100th card. What else can we do with it? Can we dish it? Can we throw it to something? Just anything we have black to actually throw away to spare? I mean, I guess we could put it underneath. We could put it underneath our Chrome.
Yeah, we can picture the Chromots. I don't.
It's not bad. I mean, I'm okay with it.
It's free interaction.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, it's free interaction.
I mean, I was 3 mana, so I'm sorry, but I was 3 mana. At best, it's free and kills like the Grand Magistrate that came out turn 1.
Yeah, no, it definitely has a spot. I think it's interesting. Yeah, I could do that.
Is this our list? Is this our list?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is our list.
Do you like Pernado's Full Water's Edge? Do you like that card?
It comes into play untapped, so it's okay. It works.
Also on tapping 1 ring for 1 mana.
Yeah, it works with the 1 ring. It also works with our blocker situation here because like Shieldred.
Yeah.
It definitely untaps a few things. It doesn't. It makes it so that we have vigilance on our commander. But I mean, like the reality is, it's just there for the 1 ring. It's 100% like a island.
Yeah, it's another just island.
Yeah, but
as long as it has a really good upside,
and as long as it comes into play untapped, it was perfectly fine for the deck. Like, so yeah, I'm okay with it. I mean, I think the deck's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think it's definitely viable in any CDH meta. I definitely think.
I think it's good for an open meta. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop recording here. So I appreciate you helping, and this looks really
No, no.
cool.